Hey everyone, Mackenzie Fox here. So I'm super excited to get started. If you guys know me, you know that I love being like majorly prompt. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So here's how we're gonna do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to present the training first, and then I'm actually going to stop. Let's see. No, I'm not. I'm going to continue the broadcast. Sorry, guys, this is the first month we've done this. I'm going to continue the broadcast, and I'm going to ask you guys if you have any kind of questions about the material that we covered. If so, I'm going to go ahead and answer them. Any other questions that you have about business, about what's going on in your business, if you need help, feel free to go ahead and ask here live, and I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, if you don't feel like sharing your business with everybody, then don't forget you've got your private thread with me. So let's go ahead and dive in. I am going to, let's see, start sharing my screen. Oh, before that, my bad. I want to make sure I've got something up because we're taking a little bit of a field trip on this presentation. I'm going to show you something outside of the presentation. So I'm going to open that right now. We're live and I'm not prepared. Oh, we've got 3 people. Awesome, guys. I'm so glad all of you are here. So just in case anybody missed it, we're going to present the live training. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to answer any questions that you have. If you don't have any questions, that's all good. But if you do, we'll go ahead and answer them. All right. So screen share. All right. Application window. Let's see, here we go. Monthly training. Okay, here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so welcome everybody. This is the first Rebel Coaches Club monthly training for December 2018. So we're going to be talking about the 2 things that I use to stay organized and motivated. And this is so that I can reach my goals faster, not necessarily because I like being organized or motivated, but it helps me get to something that I really do like, which is achieving those goals. So just in case anybody here is new, I'm Mackenzie. I'm the leader of the Rebel Coaches Club. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've got ideas burning through my brain. I'm always having ideas for how people can build and grow businesses and make money. I am a multi-passionate, which means similar to being a serial entrepreneur, I love doing lots of different things. I'm a wife and a dog mom, and I am a messy and intuitive creator. And so we're going to talk more about that throughout this live training, why these 2 things that we're going to talk about are so important for people like me who are messy and intuitive creators. So who else is like me? Who else is chronically disorganized? There's so many things that I have to keep up with. Forgetful, life is hectic, and sometimes doubtful and unmotivated, and KIR, just keeping it real. Sometimes I am doubtful about my ability to succeed, and I'm just straight up unmotivated. So I've been self-employed as a coach and an entrepreneur for over 7 years. And I've had some very productive and very profitable years. And I've had a few very unproductive and unprofitable years in those 7 years. The thing about being self-employed is that you're responsible for all of it, the good and the bad. And this was a concept that eluded me for a long time. And this was kind of some leftover corporate mindset that I had from back in the day when I had a job, and really my whole adult life, I had this mindset that I was going to go to school and use that degree to get a job in the corporate world, and that I would just work in the corporate world forever. So this leftover mindset of things being my responsibility, my success being my responsibility, didn't really hit me until like my 2nd or maybe even my 3rd year of business. As long as I didn't feel responsible for my results, I didn't have very good results. And as long as I didn't feel motivated, I also didn't have very good results. So once I made that connection, not only did things improve in my business, I could start to predict my success. Predictability plus certainty can be the difference between hitting your income goals and not even coming close. So hitting your income goals can mean what? Better home, more vacations, contribute to retirement, pay off debt, more diamonds, my favorite, eating out more often, the ability to be generous. A lot of these things, really overall, it just means more happiness and more peace of mind. And I'm sure that there's several, if not all of those things that are also on your list, and maybe some things that I didn't list here. And really, these are the reasons that you want to get your shit together. So getting our shit together so that we can kick ass in 2019 is what this training is all about. I'm just going to take a quick sip of water. All right. So let's talk about the two things that have helped me get my shit together in a very short amount of time. Thing number one is the life sheet. This is where we're going to take a little trip. Here we go. Okay. So this is the life sheet. Actually, I'm just going to check in with you guys. I don't think there's any comments. Let's see. Okay. Ravi's saying it totally works with Slack. Awesome. Okay. So this is the life sheet. Can you guys see me? Let me just check back. Okay, you can. Awesome. All right. So this is the life sheet. And I actually, this, as you can see, this is a Google spreadsheet. I think they call it Google Sheets. And this is something that I learned from a guy. His name is James Schramko. He's a business authority, business coach, that type of guy. And he did a training on his life sheet. And I have to tell you, this thing changed the freaking game for me, okay? So the life sheet, it's pretty self-explanatory. Basically what it is you're going to put everything that you're working on, everything that you're tracking into one single spreadsheet. And as you can see down here at the bottom, there are different tabs. So you're going to keep everything in the same document, but you're going to utilize different tabs to track different things. Now, here's the deal. I thought about actually giving you guys a template, but then I thought, no, this is something, James didn't give me a template. And this is something that I think that it really helps you take ownership of this document and then actually use it if you create the damn thing yourself. And it's really not that hard. I mean, it's just, you open up a Google Sheets document and you just start creating. So I'm going to talk to you about some of the tabs that you might want to include in your life sheet, and some of the tabs that, I include in my life sheet. So the first tab is the start tab. So this is when maybe you're starting your day, or maybe you've had a bad day and you really just need to get back to, okay, why are we even doing this? Why am I even doing this in the first place? Or as you can see here, what I'm using it for is to catch all of these ideas that I think about that previously used to get scribbled down in a journal only to be forgotten and then never implemented. And so up here, I should start putting dates on this. See, this is the beauty of the life sheet. Here we go. Insert one left. It would have been interesting to know when I came up with that idea, okay? And so this one came in last night, so that was 18. Yeah. So anyways, these are just ideas that I've had that, like I said, used to just get filed away in a journal or written down in a journal and then completely forgotten about. And now what I'm doing is I'm keeping track of these intuitive hits. I'm in the flow. Personally, I'm really in the flow. And so I'm keeping track of these intuitive hits, and they're actually guiding me in my business. So here's the first one. I'm just reminding myself, I'm creating an authority blog and podcast with affiliate income. This is my focus. This is another one. Start recording video diaries and make it into a movie. Yeah, something an idea that I thought of, but I've been recording these secret video diaries for several weeks now. And I have this desire to be multi-passionate. I have this desire to be a filmmaker, an indie filmmaker, and I'm going to make a movie. So just an idea that has been running for several weeks now. Make my summit funnel evergreen. Just again, an idea that really needed to stick with me. Add a charity component to the summit. Here's an idea for an opt-in. Here's an idea, and you'll see it actually in just a second, where I'm going to be able to track growth. I'm going to, and what gets watched grows. So here's another idea for something that's going to help me help my clients. And then something that I came up with last night, and I just really love this. What if I just made a habit of showing up for the muse after bedtime by sitting here with my spreadsheet? Because what happened was last night I got up, I'm intermittent fasting, and I couldn't sleep. It's something that happens when you intermittent fast. You have all this energy and you're awake. And I got up after everyone went to bed, and I opened up my life sheet, and I started getting really inspired, and I started jotting down these ideas. And I thought, oh my gosh, what if I just sat here and looked at my spreadsheet? Because that's actually the thing that's inspiring me. So now I'm going to make a habit. I'm going to let everybody go to bed. And then, I mean, if I'm, awake like I was last night and have been for a while, I'm going to get in front of my spreadsheet and just see what happens. And this is an idea showing up for the Muse. This is an idea that I learned from, The War of Art by Steven Pressfield. He's a writer. The book is for writers. And basically it says, your book is not going to get written if you don't sit your butt down in the chair and show up for the Muse. It doesn't mean the Muse is going to show up for you immediately, but you have to show up. And so I like applying this idea to my business as well. So this is what I'm using my Start tab for. You can use your Start tab for other things where you, who knows what you need? And maybe you want to put your affirmations here. Maybe you want to put your goals here, whatever it is, whatever you think needs to go on the front page of whatever it is that you're looking at every single day. Put it there on your Start tab. Okay. Another tab that I'm using is the Projects tab. So this is all the, kind of like micro goals that I have. And so initially, I want to get this many visits from Pinterest, and I want to get this much in affiliate income, and I want to get this much in membership income. I want to get this many email subscribers, and so on and so on. And so I've got these goals right here. And then I also have things that I'm strictly just tracking. I'm tracking Facebook followers, Twitter, YouTube, and then monthly page views, because I don't really know how to set a goal for these yet. And so I need to track it first so that I can set a goal. So what you might want to do is, copy this page and create little projects for yourself. So here, this is me, relaunching Rebel Coaches Club, which I started in October, I think. Right now I've got a membership launch happening. And so these are all of my emails that I'm going to be sending out through the end of that launch. I have a tab here for Facebook groups, and then also leads, like specific people that I'm working on that I want to join my membership. And then over here, I've got Facebook groups that I show up in and just kind of network. Some of these get a little outdated, and that's totally okay. The life sheet isn't necessarily for updating every single day. So this is a Gantt chart. I don't know if anybody here is familiar with project management, but this is a Gantt chart. So I was able to kind of plot out all these things that I wanted to do by the end of the year, and then also next year, and get kind of an idea of how far this is ahead of me. So it looks like I haven't really updated this since November, but it's showing me, okay, I've got to hit this benchmark and this benchmark and this benchmark, and these are the things that are going to be happening and all of that. So I'll probably update this to reflect the new goals that I have. This is a brag board, so I'm not going to show you this because it's got sensitive personal stuff on it, but these are things that I'm really proud about that my clients have done as a result of working with me. These are competitors, so I just want to keep an eye on these businesses. We've got Clients on Demand, Betty Means Business, Step into Success, this woman, Kate Crocco, Yes Supply. All of these people are people that I consider to be competitors. Now, I might not be on their radar, but it's good for me to kind of follow them and just see what's going on. Also, as you can see here, I'm kind of taking note on some ad copy that some of my competitors are using. So you just want to, keep all of that together. Whoa, here we go. Okay, marketing copy. So now this is actually, I'm listing both competitors' ad copy and then also the two things that, this is how I came up with the 2 pillars idea. This is, my own marketing copy here. And so again, these aren't necessarily things that I refer back to every day, but it's in my life sheet. So these are checklists. These are things that, it's in progress, obviously. But when I created a new webinar, I'm starting to list like the forms that the steps that I need to do every time I create something new. Okay, this one is big. Okay, so training. What you want to do is you want to create a column for every single training that you get. So, these are trainings from courses that I've purchased. See, Making Sense of Affiliate Marketing, Blog Boss, Summit training this is from a webinar. 6-Figure Blogger, that's the course that I bought, and Pinterest Traffic Avalanche. And as you can see, anytime I get like a nugget of information that I want to remember, I'm just going to write it in this cell and then skip to the next cell. And then actually, if I scroll down, I started to actually organize the information. And so every time there's a change of section, I type it in all caps. So look, all of these notes. And so I don't have to keep this somewhere else. I can just keep it all in one document. These are just different ideas that I come up with. Okay, content ideas. I've got the next 2 tabs are content ideas. So these are just regular, like overall content ideas. So I've got 3 problems that my ideal client has, and these might also be things that I need to update. But what I've done is across the top, I've got the 3 problems, and then over here, I've got each problem teased out into a different type of content. So I've got an ultimate guide, any sort of like special circumstances related to my ICA, a tutorial, limiting beliefs, topic basics, and how to get started. But then what I do over here, and this is honestly something that these 2 tabs, blog and podcast, are tabs that I'm constantly opening up and adding to because I get ideas, and now I have one place where I'm putting everything. So I have 2 kinds of blog posts that I write. One is to sell affiliate products, and one is to sell my membership, Rebel Coaches Club. And so I just record my ideas here, and every time I complete one, I just scratch it through with the strike through feature there. Podcast, kind of the same thing, only my podcast, the topics are really different. So as you can see, the first 3 episodes are done here, and then I need to pick 4 per month. So, next I'm going to pick the 4 that are going to be the ones that I'm most excited about doing. Okay, Facebook ads targeting. So this is a little bit of an underdeveloped tab. Actually, no, this is some training that this is research that I did for Facebook ads targeting. This is my buyer persona, like who is this person? I'm going to skip over client notes again because it's got sensitive information, but every time I meet with a one-to-one client, I make notes about what they said, what they wanted to do, what they're doing, that kind of thing. Archetypes, this is just a thing that I created for a quiz. This might actually be a little bit outdated in my business. I'm not sure if I'm going with that opt-in anymore, but whatever. Funnels. This is actually something that I swiped from Julie Stoyan. This helps you keep track of all of the links to all of your funnels. I have to write a book eventually, as you can see. I don't really have a lot of stuff going on in this tab, but I'm bookmarking it. I'm keeping it there in case I get any ideas for a book, which of course, so far I only have the idea for a title. Okay, so Summit, same thing. I'm just writing down some ideas, but it's all in the same place. This is something that I got from an affiliate marketer. This was an idea that I'm just kind of fleshing out. Social media distribution plan, just figuring this out. Oh, webinar worksheet. I figured out, okay, whenever you start a new webinar, what are the blanks that you need to fill in so that you can cover all the bases on your webinar? This is an opt-in. And as you can see, I'm just fleshing out my ideas here. Now, this is my big plan for 2019. So this is a slide, or this is a sheet that I'm going to transfer over. So see, this says Life Sheet 2019, but 2018. The 2018 is actually almost over. So what I'm going to do for January is I'm going to copy this entire Life Sheet and rename it Life Sheet 2019. I'm going to delete any of these sheets or anything like that that just isn't relevant to me anymore. And I'm going to carry everything over that I need for 2019. And this is definitely going to be one of my one of the sheets that I carry over for 2019 so that I can hit all of these goals. And as you can see over here, I've got the goals that I have, and then I'm going to be tracking what actually happened. And then this last tab is just on a whim. I'm reading a book. I'm reading a book, and these are the things that you got to figure out. So let's go back to, okay, so that's the Life Sheet. And I strongly encourage all of you guys go and create one. Okay, so let's get back to the presentation. That was our little field trip. Okay, so the thing 2 is a morning ritual. Now, listen, I was so resistant to do this for so long, which was an indicator of exactly why I needed to do it, the morning ritual. So consistency is the top thing that many multi-passionates struggle with. And I know a lot of you guys, we don't talk about it a lot in Rebel Coaches Club, but I know that a lot of you guys are multi-passionates, and I know that you are because I'm one. And because I'm one, I know that I've attracted people who are similar to me. So also, if you have any deficit in confidence or motivation, consistency is the antidote to that lack of confidence. The consistency of a morning ritual grounds you emotionally, and it also reminds you of the journey that you're on every single morning. So have you ever felt impatient about your goals or discouraged that you weren't seeing progress? I'm sure we all have, right? So a morning ritual is what helps you stay the course and develop confidence. It's showing up every single day, showing up for your goals that helps you actually achieve progress. So in creating a morning ritual, I actually started out with the Miracle Morning, which is 10 minutes each of meditation, visualization, journaling, exercise, reading, and affirmations. So that's an hour. And I've got to be honest, I don't have the patience or attention span, so I modified it. I just took what was most helpful to me. And so I started with meditation. I love meditation because it quiets the chaos in my mind, it's relaxing, and I enjoy the discipline of it. I also kept affirmations because it reminds my absent mind of what I'm actually doing. My husband actually calls me the absent minded professor because sometimes I just have no idea where I am or what I'm doing. And with my affirmations, I crafted a phrase that contained ideas that I needed to hear. And that phrase that I needed to hear, that I needed to remind myself of every day, was I'm making progress. And so my affirmation isn't just I'm making progress. It's I am a strong, determined, competent entrepreneur. Every day I'm making progress and building my 7-figure business. And so that was the thing that I needed to remind myself. I can do this. And sometimes I say them to my dog because it's just better than talking to yourself. Okay, the third thing that I included in my morning ritual was the journaling. This also reminds me of what I'm working towards, specifically my goals. So every day I actually write out the same thing. I write out, what do I want? And then I write the big goal that I'm working on, which is I want 100K a month in recurring and passive income. And then I write my thoughts about it. So some mornings I'm like, yeah, I'm totally doing this. I can totally feel this. And some mornings I'm like, okay, well, that's my goal and I'm holding on to that. But right now I feel like 10K a month consistently feels way more achievable for me. And so I just write out whatever my feelings are about it. So, but instead of 10 minutes each, I actually only do 2.5 minutes each of these things: meditation, affirmations, and goal journaling. I don't know how I landed on 2.5 minutes. I think it was because I was still doing all 6 of those things. And then it got it down from an hour to 15 minutes. But ultimately, I just chose these 3 things. And so as you can see, this is 7.5 minutes doing these things. And so yeah, it totally works for me. So it's just enough to get me focused for the day, but it's still a challenge to stick to. And so because of that, I have an accountability check-in with a mastermind partner just to say, hey, I did my morning routine. So now it's your turn to implement these 2 things. First, I want you to create your life sheet. You have to create this. It's so helpful. You want to use the categories that I shared or make up your own. And I can list them later if it's something that you want me to do. I'm not going to make a template, but I'm happy to list the categories or the sheets that are in my life sheet. Now, the goal is to understand what you need to be tracking in your business and your life. So if I did not include something that I feel like you absolutely need to be tracking, then of course, create your own sheet that tracks that. Create that life sheet, and then I want you to share with us what categories you're including in the Rebel Coaches Forum. So second, I want you to draft up your morning ritual. You could create something similar to mine or something completely your own. Now, I do recommend including at least meditation and affirmations. However, your morning routine can be any time of day, and I actually do mine about 2 hours after I wake up and I've had a chance to do something productive. Unfortunately, I've realized that, well, I don't know if it's unfortunate, but I realized that I just can't focus. I cannot focus and I cannot enjoy that morning routine if I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to write that email, I've got to do that thing, I've got to do all these things. So I figured, why not fight it? Just get up and work, do the thing that you're compelled to do first thing in the morning, and then do your miracle morning. And it works. It works so well. So it looks like that's it. So guys, the 2 things that you want to do is you want to create the life sheet, you want to share which categories you're including with us in the Rebel Coaches Forum, and you want to create your morning routine and you want to get started on it. So, okay, so that is our training. I wanted to make this, super efficient. Now I said, here we go. I said that you guys could ask me questions, but I'm not sure where you're going to ask them. So maybe we can ask them, let's see, in the Slack forum, or I don't think that there's comments. Are there comments here? It's been so long. Oh no, we do have comments. I'm about to sneeze. So if you have questions, go ahead and ask them. I'm just going to wait just a half a minute. And if anybody types in a question, fantastic. If not, no big deal. I was about to say that it's Friday, I just think it's Friday. It is not Friday. I was gonna say it's the last Friday before Christmas, but it's not. It's Wednesday, even though I keep thinking that it's Friday. So it wouldn't surprise me if everyone's mind is already projected to Christmas, the upcoming holiday. I seem to be the only lunatic working, which is, we should all be taking off time at the holidays, and I fully plan to next year. So it doesn't look like we have any questions. That's totally cool. Guys, remember you have a direct thread to me in Rebel Coaches Club through our private messaging. So if you have questions, if you need to reach out, by all means, please do so through our private thread. If you have anything that you want to talk to me about that we talked about here on the training, or anything else related to your business that we're working on. So this has been our first monthly training. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And I'll see you guys in the Slack forum. Okay. All right. Bye.